Hi, it's Di from My Enchanted Journals. I turn just about anything into beautiful handmade journals. I live in Western Australia. Welcome to my channel. Good morning, lovelies. Just thought I'd pop in before Defemeramba gets off and going and just show you a new passport journal that I've just finished. It's an actual British passport. Belonged to my grandfather, who was born in 1920. And I have just finished decorating it. He would have gone mad knowing that I'd painted the front of his passport, but anyway. Oh, it makes me laugh. All right, so let's get going and I'll do a flip through for you. So here I added napkins and a bit of gesso over both parts just to make it a little bit more pretty on the front. I like that. So the corner's still cut off. You could always fix that up if you wanted to. And there's a bit more of the doily there. And a lot of, stickers and inking and gesso. Here's his actual details in here and his signature. So I've left all that original. This is an old postcard that I've added. It's really old, as you can see from the writing. Just beautiful. As you know, if you watch my channel, you'll know that I absolutely love old postcards. This is a tag made from some old cardboard. And it's the Reformation of Juvenile Society. I don't know what they thought they were going to do with them. That goes in there. And then this is a letter. It's an original letter from 1968 that my great-grandfather wrote to my grandfather. It's just about insulation, but yeah, and there's a old baggage tag there. So you can take these out. You can do, put your own things in. They're just a basis for you to get started. It's another old invoice. Some original passport stamps and another old receipt. This is a photograph of my grandma standing somewhere. I don't really know where. I know they were on holiday in Spain. There's an original stamp there from the passport. More original stampings. And this is sort of a Hong Kong inspired page because the stamp was from Hong Kong. There's an old pin there, there's some fabric. There's a page from his diary from 1972. Tells him that he's taken the dog to the kennels. And then they went to the Isle of Wight, so they must have gone to visit us because it says Lynn, and that's my mum. More original stamps. And this is an entry receipt for going to an exhibition from 1972. And there's a card there, I think it's from Bridge. And then we open it up and it's got a vintage pic there, sort of an inspiration from my great-grandmother, who was always impeccably dressed. An old photograph. And again about my great-grandmother, because she was always, always, always dressed like this. She was in high society in the 1920s and immaculate. If you know my channel, you'll know that I've featured a letter that she wrote to my grandfather on there. This is the hotel they stayed in when they were in Spain. Now, I took it out of an old album and I've actually put the corners in there. That's an old baggage tag. So what I want you to do with this is take what I've done and then add your own bits and pieces so that it becomes your own passport journal, as it were. Okay, this page, I just made an old tag with numbers, and that's ink staining under there and a little bit of a tuck spot. And a bit of old lace with a little tiny, tiny clip. This is another one. I've shown these before. It's actually a receipt from India from when you put your dry cleaning in. And that's another old baggage tag. Some slow stitching on a piece of fabric with some buttons, the number 16. Own your dreams. This flips over and there's butterflies, and then that flips over, have an open heart. So lots of little things to look at. This is a time stamp card that I got from Kay's Vintage. Beautiful original ephemera. That page has been added in. It's a bit of fabric that I did all the staining on that I added. An old sticker from a parcel. And a little saying there. More pages with just lots of patina on them. And then some stitching information on fabrics and pressing, etc. Some old lace. There's a blank page there for you to do some journaling. This here, I don't know what these are. There's some kind of a stencil, but they're plastic. Don't know, I found them in the thrift store. And then a piece of muslin, and that lifts up, and there's a piece of washi tape under there. This is an original pay packet from 1960. All right, and I put a piece of old book spine inside there. There's loads of washi and bits and stickers and sayings. It's an old card for loyalty from a coffee shop, and I've just slow stitched it. A little bit of paper. This is nice and crinkly. We all love that, don't we? It's an old stamp from Haiti. This page folds out. It's got some old writing with fabric hinges. Got an old cigarette card. There's one of my business cards for you. Another page, a scorecard of some kind. This was a hotel that my grandparents stayed in. Porta de la Cruz, Hotel Concordia. And obviously they were in that room there. So I've left that in there for you. And this folds back, and then there's an old sticker from Tenerife that was in a photo album. So I ripped it out of there and stuck it into the passport. This is like an envelope flap tuck spot. Some old luggage labels. Luggage transfer label. It's just an old frame that I put in there. A bit of poem. Some pictures of stitching. Another part from a book spine. This is more stickers, old stickers, and a bit of muslin that's been dyed. And then this is just a printable old letter, and it's got an old letter inside it. But that is a printable, it's not an original, all right? But I made it look really old. And the envelope looks really old too. And it just looks gorgeous. And these things are here to give you ideas of what to do yourself. D was for David. That was my grandfather's name. Some slow stitching. More old stickers. And then here I've added a recipe for carrot marmalade. My grandpa loved marmalade. Some slow stitching, carrot sticker, and some Aussie stamps. More stickers. Old vintage stickers. This is an old invoice being grunged up. More old travel stickers. That's a really old piece of fabric there, really gorgeous. And that's the back. So there we have it. A pretty chunky original passport. So if you think that's your thing, hop on over to my Etsy store, and between now and Christmas I'm offering free express postage to anywhere in the world as long as it can be tracked by Australia Post. So unfortunately that doesn't include places like Ukraine or war-torn places. Unfortunately, you just can't guarantee delivery these days. But yeah, if Australia Post guarantees delivery and it can be tracked, then I'm offering free express postage. So hopefully you might get it before Christmas. So if that's your thing, hop on over. It's in my Etsy store today. Okay, thank you very much for joining me, and a Merry Christmas to you all. Bye-bye now.